This is Bacuri Farm 2K22 by LOSTGAMER. It's 172.15 megabytes to download. And one thing to point out straight away, this does have a required mod. And that is the Jacto K3500, which is the coffee harvester. They come out a little while ago with some other Jacto equipment as sort of together with another Brazilian map. I think it was that Recanto de Alvarado map. So it doesn't actually tell you on this description here or in the website, but it will flag up if you haven't got it downloaded already. It will say, do you want to download the required mod? And then when you load into the map, it will ask you again if you want to select those items. So it is pretty straightforward, but just something I wanted to point out. The description there, I'll just read a couple of snippets. It says, Fazenda Bacuri, this map is based in Mato Grosso do Sul, Brazil, where the land is large farms disappearing from view. It's got 4 grain cells, a cell of bales, a lumber yard for selling your logs and wood chips. There's a BGA fixed on the map where you can sell your silage. It does say there contains 4 points of capture of water identified with icons on the map. There's a main farm there with a house and a silo with cows, chickens and 6 sheds. Sale of milk you can do. Limestone mine where you can get your lime from. It says there's a challenge on the way. It is a little bit challenging. We'll see that in a second. And it says work with the new coffee culture and sell your production or process it to obtain roasted coffee. There's no snow on this map because the winter in this region is only cold and dry. And then it says most companies close their doors at the end of the day. Stay tuned. It says have a good game. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. This is where you start off in all 3 modes. And if you look at the top right there, in new farmer mode, we've had some money taken away from us already. So we should have 100,000 pounds, euros or dollars, whatever you're playing on. If we scroll down to our finances, as you can see, we've had $12 taken off of us for fuel costs. So if you look at our vehicle overview, as you can see, pretty much all of our equipment is in desperate need of repair, and it's got quite a few hours on. So that's probably why we've had to desperately put some fuel into one of our machines. Now this is the map. Some of you guys may remember this from FS19. It's been brought over to 22. Obviously a Brazilian map, we know that. I am in new farmer mode and we start off up here. You don't start off with a lot. As you can see, there's some huge fields on here. All we start off with is this little plot here, which is where we are currently stood. That has literally got a shed on it and a farmhouse. It's not a sleep trigger, the farmhouse. So if you want one, you will have to place one down. And then we have this small, thin field, number 13, just there. They are separate plots. That is 25 grand, just over. This one's 62,976. Now, I'm pretty sure on 19, in new farmer mode, you started off down here. This is the big farm, like it talks about in the description. You can buy that. All the buildings are there. If you buy it, the icons will appear. I will be doing that in a second. That's got a value of 553,840. As for the other fields, we've got some big ones on here. 2.5 million, just over. 2.3, 1.3, 972. I think the smallest one's probably there. 464. So they are a little bit up there. We've got a little bit of forestry there. 116,000. That all comes as one plot. Number 10, that is just over 2 million. This bit here, that is just like a dirt texture. I'll show you in a second in painting. So if you wanted to turn that into a bit more of a fuller field, so to speak, you could plough that through and make it like that. We've got a lime quarry up there which we can buy. Now I have found a couple of issues with it already. This is where the BGA is. Now I'm clicking on that, it will not let me buy the land. I thought, right, that's fair enough. We've probably got to go to the BGA and buy it by approaching the spanner or the wrench. There's no icons there at all, so I'm not sure how you're supposed to buy this land or buy the BGA. The BGA is there We've got a bunker silo and things like that there. So that's one thing I noticed. Some of these plots you cannot buy. This is the sawmill next door. Other ones you can. So it is a little bit random what we can and can't buy. And another thing I noticed, it says in the description about the 4 points of water, and they're going to be highlighted on the map. Now, I can't see where they all are. Obviously one's there. I do remember on 19 this had an icon appear. I don't know if they're counting that, but that is part of the cow pasture here of the main farm. Yeah, so possibly up there. I'm not sure. But anyway, that is the map. Like I say, we are up here. We've got a few productions on here and a couple of sale points. We do have, I think it's that one, coffee factory. That is where you can take your coffee beans once you've harvested them and then produce premium coffee, which is pretty good, or roasted coffee should I say. So not too bad there. So we are going to make our way around the map. If we scroll up through here, we've got 10 collectibles. Don't own any productions just yet. There is contracts on the other fields. Look at that harvesting contract. That's wheat as well, so it's not cotton or sugar beets or anything like that. 110 grand. Don't have any animals just yet. I've touched on these vehicles and the money that's come out already. Now if we scroll all the way down the bottom of our prices list, you can see we've got a few extra things. So we've got coffee beans, we've got black bean, which you can grow. You can use either a planter or a seeder to grow black bean, and you're just going to use a normal header on a harvester to harvest that. That is the roasted coffee, which you can turn your coffee beans into roasted coffee. We can also produce soybean oil by taking soybeans to the oil mill, which is pretty smart. So we've got 4 new sort of crop types, produce, whatever you want to say. And then in the crop calendar down the bottom, we've got black bean and coffee beans added in. So between March and April, you can put your black beans in and then harvesting them in September or October. And then the coffee beans is March to June, and you can only harvest them in October. The coffee beans you place down like the grapes or olives. I'll show you in a second as well. So that's pretty easy. Yeah, so I think that's that bit. Let's go modded in. We'll go over here out of the way. There's a couple of things, not a lot. In sheds right at the very end, we've just got this hay shed that is down at the main big farm. So there's that one. Silos, we have the big 3 milliliter silo. That is a beast, that thing. I like that. It's a nice setup. How they've done that is pretty cool. So that's a multi-fruit one as well, so that will take your coffee beans, black bean as well. There's other crops, potatoes and things like that. In farmhouses, we've got this guy. This isn't the one that we're stood in front of. Again, this is down at the main farm, big farm should I say, because it's not the main farm, it's not ours. In productions and orchards, here is our coffee trees. So it will flag up that we can't plant them because we don't own that land, do we? Let's go in our little tiny yard here. So it's telling us we can't plant it in August. We know that, but that is what the coffee trees look like. So you're going to place them, like I say, like grapes and olives, but obviously you need to plant them in the required month if you've got seasons switched on. And then in plants, I found just a grass type. I think it's pretty much sort of grass we've seen before on some maps, but just something to point out. And in the painting, we've got a couple of extra sort of textures. We've got animal mud, asphalt, cobblestones, dirt, another dirt, this darker dirt, which is like what I showed you in the middle of that field up on the top right corner of the map. Another dirt, which is kind of like a chalky lime sort of colour. Forest ground, grass, gravel, and that is it. I think that is all the info I need to tell you. Let's go through slot counts and everything, and then we'll get cracking. So like I said, I am in new farmer mode. and the slot count is 768. And we start off with this equipment. We've got a Massey Ferguson 6718S, John Deere T560 harvester. We've got that nice class trailer. Trailers and buckets and things like that have been modified as well to take black bean and coffee beans. The roasted coffee will appear as pallets if you're going down that route of producing it. Header for your harvester, and as you can see, the symbols down the bottom there on the right hand side, we've got our black bean symbol, so you use a normal header for those. Corn header, got a cultivator and a planter. Again, the symbol down the bottom, we've got black bean. Like I said, you can use a planter or a seeder. We've got a front loader and then a bucket for our front loader. That is all we start off with. If you want to sell off all that equipment I've just showed you, you can get the slot count down to 682. In Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you do start off with exactly the same equipment as that, but you don't own any land, and the slot count is 757. One thing I will point out though is I came on here in Farm Manager and bought this plot, and the silo was missing. Everything else was here. We've got a cow pasture here, chickens, there's sheds all here. This is the farmhouse. This silo here was missing off the map, so I don't know whether that's meant to be like that. I'm not quite sure. But one thing to point out again, I think that is it for all of that. You can't actually sell off any of these sheds. I can't even get close enough really to sell that. It won't flag up anyway, so you can't sell anything here at this yard, which is a bit of a shame. So there's our headers. Farmhouse, no sleep trigger, and here is our equipment. So what I'm going to do is drive round until we get to the shop in our tractor, and then we're going to lease a pickup, I think, because that will be quicker to get round, because it is quite a big map. There's some huge fields on here. I'll just drop that off, we don't want that. As you can see, the equipment is absolutely filthy. There is a sliding gate here as well. You can see that must slide, and there is a panel over here, but I couldn't seem to get anything to happen. I thought maybe it might be censored, but it's already open, so I'm not sure. Anyway, moving on around here. I quite like the look of it though. We've got people walking around. The roads are really nice, crisp. I like the yellow markings on the road. In here is our first sale point, and this is a lizard hortifruit, so this will be for things like potatoes out the front there. You can see bread, strawberries, lettuce, things like that, eggs. So there's our first sale point. As the edge of the map, got the X's there constantly, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't mind it if you're going up to them and they appear. Into our oil mill. So like I said earlier, you can produce soybean oil there, which is nice. So back out of there, and then in here we've got the supermarket sale point, which is just here. You can't go around the back, so you need to spin around. But there is some nice decoration on here. I mean, we've got a couple of trucks. There's a few of these on the map. It's been quite nicely done. The lighting's all good. Nice textures. You got that sort of reddy coloured sand, which we get quite often on the Brazilian maps. And then in here, we've got to open these gates. We've got our coffee factory. So you will tip in your coffee beans here. You can open this like so. All these doors open as part of the factory. You can just wander around if you want. This is where your pallets of roasted coffee will appear, and this is where you can buy the actual factory. A little bit pricey, 437,000. If you do buy it, let's get off out of there. If you do buy it, it shows this plot of land as you own it, so you'll get this blue colour to show that you own it. So that's not too bad, because out the back here we do have quite a bit of room, so you could place down a couple of sheds if you've got specific equipment that you're using for this factory, like a forklift or something for picking up the pallets. Right, moving on, we've got sort of a little football pitch in there, some flats, residential area. Got this area on our left, which again had me a little bit baffled. I'll just drive through here, not this bit, there's another little football field. Oh, excuse me people. We've got this plot of land here, so we are now here. If you see there, you can buy this for just over 3.5 grand, which is very cool. I thought that's pretty good, because if we go up to landscaping mode, it's all a little bit overgrown, so you got the potential there to sort of sort this out, turn it into something, maybe another production or something. I bought this land earlier, testing. You cannot open this gate. I couldn't get it to open anyway, so whether some of you guys would have more success, I'm not sure, but that was one thing I noticed. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I thought that would be quite cool to sort of renovate that area. Right, we are now heading into our shop area, which is also your reset point. That is going to be around the back. This is a huge area around here, so reset, sell, lease, anything's just around there, which we'll see in a second when we get the pickup. But again, you can buy this plot of land, so you could place down hopefully quite a few things out the back here. Sometimes you get the shop area restricted warning come up if you get too near sort of like the spawn in point for vehicles and equipment. We do have a large workshop area with your icon just here, and then nicely done with the flowers, we've got our shop icon inside. If I go into landscaping mode, we do have the John Deere logo done out in flowers, which is pretty cool. So that's nice how they've done that. Right, let's get ourselves a pickup quick, and then we will be able to go around a little bit quicker. I'm not too worried about colours or anything like that. And there we go. Oh, it actually puts you out the back. That's pretty handy. Saves us running around the front, from the front rather. So there we go. We've got our pickup. Let's head on round. So yeah, you can't really take many sort of shortcuts across to different areas, so we do have to sort of drive down and then back on yourself to get to certain points. If we go down this area, and a lot of the sell points, which I've noticed on quite a few of the Brazilian maps, they are huge areas. So we've got a little shed there, and then just in here, this is Supreme Milk. This is where you can sell milk, obviously, cheese and butter. Like I say, huge areas. You can drive all the way around most of them, do a complete loop, so you're not going to have any trouble if you've got big trucks and trailers. Then we need to head down here. We've got a fuel station just here, again nicely done with some trucks for decoration. Then just underneath this shed here we've got another workshop trigger, so pretty nice. So basically we came out of our sort of starting farm in there, did the market sell point, into the oil mill, supermarket, coffee factory, down past our field, which I forgot to show you, into the shop area, and out of the shop into the Supreme Milk. We're now at the fuel station. We're going to head on down, we'll do that, and then we'll come back up, visit that, and we'll work our way around the map. Shouldn't take too long, but some of the places are a little bit of a drive because it is huge. Look at the size of some of these fields, humongous. I don't know if you heard that, but we got some cool bird noises as well on the map, which definitely gives it that sort of South American vibe. So there's the crosses there. I like the way the roads just disappear off in the distance, but I just think those little red crosses kind of ruin it a little bit. That's just personal opinion. I'd rather not see them until I got, you know, too close, and then it warns you. So as you can see, very long straight roads, some of these, literally foot to the floor. That's the edge of the map, off the map. Oh, missed a turning almost. Another huge area. We've got a little sort of way station just in here. Some of them do have that, they do work. And then we've got our sale point here. This is lizard storage. I don't know if you can use both grills. I'm guessing it's probably just that one with the icon on, because there's another sale point similar to that, but that's got a pile of something, crop or something like that, on the other side. So I'm guessing you can only use one on that one. Look at these fields. They're not lying when they say it goes out of view. And there is potential to join these fields together as well, because a lot of them have got a track running up through like this, so you could easily plough that through. Just quickly put cruise control on and show you on the map. So we're now heading up here. So yeah, you could easily plough all of these through if you wanted to. Absolutely huge. There's the big farm there. That's going to be where we're heading in a second. We've got one more sale point to visit. Let's slow down before I do a bit of jump. I did get some air earlier in my sort of whiz round to get my bearings. Alright, I think we need to turn down here. Yeah, this is it. So there's another sale point, like I say, and this is Lizard Agro Industrial number 2. Another way bridge, like so, and another huge area. You can drive all the way round. I think we will actually, just to show you. So all these buildings, they are just decoration, but it kind of brings the area to life. And then just up in here is our sale point. Back out the way we came in. That's the only way in and out. Now we're going to head to that big farm, which I actually forgot to add in some money, didn't I? So we'll pull into the main drive and I'll add in some money quick, and we'll buy that area so you can see it. Got a random car park there. Just as you can see, like I said, it's huge drives to get to certain areas. Really kind of feels open, but it's not quite fully open, is it? Right, I'm going to add some money in, guys, and I will see you back here at this point, and then we'll go into this big farm. There we go, that should be enough. So if we now go onto the map, if we click onto here, 553,840, let's buy that, click off there. Now as you can see, we've got a cow pasture, chicken pasture, the silo, and then the farmhouse. So let's go and check out that area. It's quite a big open area again. I do really like the cow pasture. It's been nicely done as well. So farmhouse there on our right. We do have the sleep trigger by the door, and then round here we've got a sort of little carport. We do have a wardrobe function just there at that door, which is nice. Just over here is that huge silo. Like I said, in Farm Manager, I'm assuming start from scratch will be the same. This was missing, but everything else is here. But your pipe out is just here, and then your tip in point is just in under there. So very nicely done. I like that as a silo. Very cool. 3 million litre capacity. Multi-fruit as well. Open sheds sort of there. And then over here we've got our chicken pasture. So they are free range. They will run around and cause havoc everywhere. 200 chickens. I think we'll buy a few so you can see them. And they literally go everywhere. They'd be right up the top by the farmhouse, all over here. They're just everywhere. It's awesome though. Eggs are going to appear just here, and there's your feed trough, which is nice. And then we've got another one of these open sheds, and this is the modded in shed that I showed you at the start. So you've got a sort of, well, it's not really a pull through because you haven't got a lot of room at the back, but you've got that shelter. We've got doors here, they open up like that. There is a light switch over here, like so. Nice big shed. There's a bit of decoration in there. Pretty smart though. And then over here, let's park the pickup here. We've got our cow pasture. This is huge. This will hold 450 cows. We'll just grab a couple of them as well. I'm not sure we'll be able to afford too many. Collect your milk from here. You can open that door if you want to. Now, because it is a pasture, you're going to need to give them water, so that'll just be there, and then your feed trough there. You will not get any slurry or manure from these guys. We've got this cool gate. If we go up to there, it folds back like so. And look how big this is, guys. They have got so much room in here, and it makes it a bit more believable. 450 cows all the way back out to here. Look, there's one there. Absolutely huge pasture. So you can get in here, drive through if you want to. Not too bad. We'll put that back. So there you go. Then we've got some sheds over here. These are all the same, but the one on the far end, oh, there's a little hammock there. Look how cool. This has got a workshop area inside, so very nice. Again, you can pull in there. That's pretty smart. I've just noticed something which I did not test. I'm pretty sure on 19, this white tower thing, I'm pretty sure that was a water point. So whether that is on this one, I'm not sure. Is it going to flag up? No, it's not. Can we sell off anything? See, it's not allowing you to sell off anything. Oh, that one you could sell, because that's obviously one of the modded in things we can put down. Should be able to sell off the silo then, yes, and the farmhouse, yes. So you can sell off a few things, not these sheds. You can't sell off the cow pasture. That might be because I've got some in there actually. Anyway, right, moving on out of there. We're gonna head on down and then sort of up again. I did notice another thing actually in the crop prices. We'll get to the next port of call and I will show you what I mean. It looks like there might be, or should have been, a place where you can buy seeds from, but there's nothing showing on the map and you can't tag it up, so I'll show you now while I'm thinking of it. So obviously when you get these points like lime, you can buy lime there, selling at 168 from the lime station. If we scroll up to seeds, we've got that. It says missing blah 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 899, but obviously when we go across we can't tag it up like you can normally. You can tag a place up, can't you, and it flash on the map. So I don't know whether that's just a mistake or they've missed it off, I don't know. But anyway, we've got another way station here. This is a sell point. This is Pioneer. Again, another huge area. All this space. You can drive all the way around. Again, like most of them. Pretty smart. Right, out of there and then up this road. which will eventually take you right up to the top of the map, but we've got a couple of places to stop off in. So there's a little bit of a dry ditch to our left there, with a random car in it almost. This is our sawmill. This is actually called Lizard Timber. So again, nice area, been nicely done. Up in the far left corner there, we've got your wood chip out point. And then just in here is where you're going to sell your wood. Now, if you want to buy this sawmill, look at this. $1 or pounds or euros, whatever you're playing in. And that will give you that. Let's do it. So now we own this as a production point. £1, euro or dollars. Madness. And then around this side we've got another place where you can sell wood, but this is purely a sell point. This is Lizard Timber. So if we go back on the map, I'll quickly show you where we've been. So we came all the way down from the fuel station down to here, went up this way into this sell point, back out into the main farm, back out of there, Pioneer sell point. We're now here. So like I say, there's the production point, Lizard Timber, and we've also got a sell point called Lizard Timber. So a couple of places where you can sell your wood. And that's the forestry area just over there in front of us actually. Pretty good timing. Now the BGA. So as you can see, there is no icons at all. So how you're meant to buy and own the BGA, I'm not sure. I think that's an issue. We've got an open shed here. We've got two big bunker silos. If anyone does find out a way to do that, please let me know in the comments. Maybe I've missed something, but I'm not quite sure. And then here's that field. That is that dirt texture, the darker one. So you can always plough this through, like I say, turn that into a better field if you want. And now we are heading to the limestone mine or quarry. And it is very bumpy along here, guys, so just watch out. You don't want to be going too fast. Now I've said that, I'm probably going to flip it over now, aren't I? But that's where we're heading, down there. What I do is when we're ready to come back up, I will cut this bit because it takes a little while. I'll show you the drive down. There's a couple of little obstacles on the way. This rock, there's also an abandoned wheel loader just round there. So you do need to take it steady. There's another rock right there. So yeah, as you can see, there's some more water just down here. So I'm not sure, they must be the water points. We've got the debris crusher down here, which is a nice touch. That's where you'll kind of expect it to be. Getting crushed up, turned into lime. And again, you can drive all the way around this. No problem at all. And that is where you're going to get your lime from, just under here. So I will cut to the top again and I'll see you in a second. Right, we're back up the top then. We've got two more places to visit, so we are almost done. This road, basically, if you were to follow this all the way to the end, it would bring us back to where we started in that sort of, I wouldn't even call it a farm area, but little small hole in or something like that, I guess. But in here is the animal dealer, another water area. Now there is cows in here. They are static though, they don't move around, but at least it's something. I'd rather have something than nothing, to be honest with you. So that will show up those two pastures because obviously we own that land. And then we do have down the bottom a shed, and there's also a little house on this plot of land as well. And then one more area left to go, and that is this huge one on our left. There's two sell points in here. So again, we've got more trucks in here. There is a little weigh bridge station over there. But just in here, this is our bale sale point. Just there, which is very nice. Somewhere to sell our bales. You can buy this plot, and if you do, this area here is quite interesting. There is like a football pitch, soccer pitch just here, so that's probably going to get in your way, but obviously you can buy that plot if you want to. Moving on from there, round the back is another sale point, and that is the Lizard Agro Industrial. That's number 1. That is actually here, so this is the one I was talking about earlier with the pile on next door. So I'm guessing you can only use this one. It does have the hazard hatched areas. Then we can drive out across the weighbridge, and that is it, guys. We've done it. So we came out the main farm, we went into here, we did that. I've showed you that. That was the BGA that you can't really do much with. Round into the limestone quarry, animal dealer, into here, bale sale point, and then here. That is it. And like I say, if we carry on, we will end up back at our little farm area. So that is Bacuri Farm 2K22 by LOSTGAMER. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed the map tour, please give us a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be awesome. And don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.